Um, I know you've been ramping up, backing down, ramping up, kind of not hitting. I don't know what the word is, trajectory or however it is. How are conditions today? I know I don't know if weekends you go harder, go slower. What were your conditions today?
We went hard today. Today was the hardest we went. We went in the stadium. It was hot outside. We pushed them a little bit, and tomorrow's a day off, so I just wanted to challenge them a little bit mentally and physically. We felt physically they were ready, and I just wanted to see where they were at mentally. And I thought it was one of our best practices. I thought they took a huge step. It went back and forth. It was clean. Guys were competing. Guys were talking. I felt like we started to come together today. So really, really proud of the guys and appreciate their work today in a hard day.
How did those conditions compare to some of the other harder period conditions that you've done in the past?
Today was the hardest one. We pushed them the longest period of time. We competed more, had more competition between the offense and the defense, put them through some situational football, put the coaches on the sideline, put the players on the sideline, and let the guys play the game. Let the coordinators call it. And today was our hardest practice physically and mentally, and I couldn't be more proud of the way they practiced today.
And just one more for me. When you jump in the stadium, because I think you were in the stadium yesterday too, right?
Yeah.
What's the difference just between getting in there and versus? I know the indoor field house obviously is indoors and covered versus outdoors, but even getting on the outdoor practice field.
Yeah, I just think it's a change of scenery. It feels more game-like. Guys like being in there. Just a change of environment for them, and wanted to be outside today. And some guys like being in there, so why not?
We'll go next to Esteban.
Hey, Coach. Sorry I wasn't able to make it on any of the calls earlier this week, so I'm not sure if you already addressed this, but earlier this week the MIAA came out and said there won't be high school football here in the state this fall. Instead, moving it to a spring season if the conditions allow. I was just wondering if you've had any time to think about what that would mean for recruiting here in state.
Yeah, well, one, I feel for those, and I've said this before, but no problem for asking it again because I think it is a very important topic. I feel for those kids who were playing as a senior. I look back to every game I've either coached in or played in, and there's some memories of my high school senior year that stand out to me more than any win I've had at any level. So I feel for those guys that they're going to miss that opportunity. As far as the recruiting goes, we have film of them. Some of the guys who are going to develop a little bit later might grow an inch or two, put on some weight. We'll have them do some workouts with their coaches, film some stuff, try to get us some position work the best that we can, and we'll continue to evaluate them. I'm trying to help out and keep those guys positive, and we'll have scholarships left, and we got to do our job and see if kids grow, develop, and give them an opportunity if they deserve to do that.
It just as a follow-up to that, I mean, if there does end up to be a season in the spring, I mean, is that enough time to evaluate maybe juniors who are maybe on that sort of on that borderline?
Definitely. We just have to slow down the process. Why rush? We can't just go off all sophomore tape. I mean, I think about some of the guys I've coached in the past, looking at them as their sophomore year, you might never offer them. I think in general we go too fast. We don't even give sometimes guys to develop as seniors, let alone give a guy a chance to develop to his junior year. So we just got to take our time and don't worry what everybody else is doing. Watch whatever we can. Be convicted in what we believe in when we put on the tape and we watch it, and get to know the kids the best we can and make sure they're the right fit for us and our team.
Thanks, Coach.
Go back to Dan.
Coach, there was that quote that came out this week from Chad Ochocinco about I think it was Damon Arnett that went to the Raiders. I want to know who trained him. It was talking about him. I don't know if you had heard about that quote and kind of took a little pride in that, but just when you hear guys that you coached go on to the NFL and make immediate impacts, and then you look at your current position, just how do you still get pride from that? Do you translate that over to your guys and say, look, this is what we can accomplish here, and kind of move forward with that as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the main reasons I came back to college football. I wanted to be able to, develop young players and help change their lives. So anytime you see a kid that, that you've helped along the way, and you see them doing well and having some success. I mean, that's why we coach, to help people go places that that they want to go. And to see Damon start off the way he has, it's awesome. And it's fun to hear from him and the other guys that I've coached. And they know if they ever need anything, I'm here for them, and I know they would do the same for me. And hopefully the guys on the team, they see that. And I think the guys on our team, they're bought in, and I don't think they need to see any of that to believe what we're doing, but it doesn't hurt. So it's nice to see. It's nice to see.
Have you heard from anyone else that in the NFL, either your old tribes or your old Chargers or BC guys?
Yeah. A lot of those guys I coached last year still reach out, and they're going to have their ups and downs, and I'll still be there for them to help them out whenever they need. I know they have great coaches right now, but if they ever need anything, I'm here for them. But yeah, I hear from them quite frequently, and I'm going to be there for them. Hopefully, when you come back to college football, that's what I wanted, right? You come back, look at the guys I coached last year, and it was only 1 year, but you want to develop a lifelong relationship that goes on forever with those kids. And that's what I missed. And that's what we have now. And I'm excited to take the kids we have at BC here, train them, develop them, and hopefully do the same exact thing and maintain that relationship for them for the rest of our lives.
All right, Jeff, I think that wraps up questions for today. Thanks.
Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend.